Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today, I guess gonna do a quick little review on this Lokar. It's the engine oil dipstick. I've never had any of the Lokar stuff because it's kind of spendy stuff. So I've never really gotten one of these. You know, they do dipsticks and transmission dipstick. I might get a transmission dipstick if I really like this. But anyway, the reason I have this is because this is the dipstick that comes with the Blueprint crate engine. It's you know, a standard dipstick. I did have to bend it a little bit to work. I had to bend it a little bit to work with my the wire looms that I got. Let me get some more light here. Okay, so I did have to bend it a little bit to work with this wire loom, but it did work. Problem is, once I got the motor installed in the truck, I could not get the headers over that dipstick tube. It actually sticks up quite a ways, which is nice for checking it, but not nice for installing stuff like headers. So I had to pull it out to get the headers on, and now with the headers on, I can't get the Blueprint dipstick back in. So that's why I have this Lokar dipstick tube. It's kind of tight in here. You know, I think on 70 the dipstick check was on this side. It wasn't on this side. That's why they got a big heater box here. So heater box is kind of in the way, but we'll see. It really looks like a nice piece. They ship it in this roll, which keeps it really secure. I don't see damage happening to it in shipping. Here it is. Let me get it out completely. Like I said, they really make a nice, they really have it in a nice package. They got this little protective thing on it. But there it is. I got the black one, the Midnight Series, just because I want this to blend in. I don't really want you to notice it. Trying to make everything look factory-ish. You know, I don't want no billet pieces and stuff like that in the engine bay. Trying to keep it like it would have been in 70. Anyway. There it is. It's flexible. It's kind of short. Now this one here is for the passenger side dipstick. So it's basically your newer motors. Your older motors, they had the dipstick on the other side. So this is for the newer motors. If you compare it to the dipstick tube that come out, it's got the same length tube that's going to go inside. They got really nice O-rings, which is really neat to help seal this up. One thing that I did notice is you can see it's not as long as the original dipstick, and it's not going to read right. It's actually, the full is going to be on the low. On there, they said in the directions, it says if your dipstick doesn't show right, you're supposed to call them. So I'll let you know what happens. I'll give them a call tomorrow. It's too late now, but I'll see what they say about that. But other than that, I mean, it really looks like a nice piece. So I've got to see if I can get it installed here. I'm just going to lube up the O-rings a little bit. Should slide in there pretty neat. Then I'll figure out how to mount it. They got this little piece here. Might have to bend it or whatever, but we'll see. Okay, so I got the dipstick installed. Slid into the the block, really nice. I did have to clearance. I had to grind some off. I'll show you some pictures of what I did. Had to grind some off. That's probably because of this blueprint block. That's probably not going to happen if you have a GM block or whatever you call that, an original block. It'll probably fit, but I had the clearance for this blueprint block, and then it slid right in. I had to kind of bend and twist the bracket, the bolts to the header bolt. I'll try to get in there like so. I mean, it's in there. It works. You can pull it out, and it seems like it hangs up a little bit in there, probably because I'm pushing it down more than they designed it to do. It would be nice if they had one of these 4 or 5 inches longer. I'm going to be able to check my oil in this, but it's going to be a real pain. I'm going to have to crawl up in here and do it. You know, the dipstick, the original one came like way up here, which was kind of nice. And then another thing is, when all this gets hot, you're probably not going to be able to check the oil without some sort of glove or something. So I'm happy that I got something that works, because the other one was not going to work at all. So I'm glad I got something that works, but this isn't ideal. It's a nice piece. I mean, it's really nice piece. It's built, looks like really well. So I mean, it's worth the money. Just not ideal for my situation. Probably more for like a street rodder or something, somewhere where the engine's not so far back in the engine bay or something. But definitely recommend the Lokar stuff. I mean, like I said, it looks like quality stuff. You get what you pay for, I guess. Okay, so quick update. I did go with a Lokar transmission dipstick. This is I believe the 36-inch one. It's the longer one. I think the 24-inch is more like a factory one, but there's like really no place in the firewall to put. Well, I mean, there is, but I didn't want to do that. So I got the longer one, and I just stuck it on the heater box right here with some well nuts or expansion nuts, and just bolted it on the side of that heater box. I think it worked out really well. It's a nice, really nice piece. It's just as nice as the oil dipstick. I'd say they're probably worth the money because they are nice. I got nice, easy access to the transmission dipstick. Normally it's like way in the back, so pretty happy with that. Okay, so you will notice that I put my original oil dipstick back on. I had to kind of bend it a little bit to get it to go back in, but I did get it back in there. The Lokar one, it was really nice, but it was so far down in there, and this is a truck, so it would be so difficult to reach down in there to check the oil. So it's a lifted truck, so I just didn't want to deal with that. So I did put the original oil dipstick back in there. But if you can access it, or maybe a car would probably work for a car pretty good, but it just wouldn't work for my application, the oil dipstick anyway. But I do like the products. They're expensive, but I think they are worth it. So I guess that's it, guys. My thoughts on the Lokar dipstick products. I guess I'll see you guys.